Welcome to our bike adventure along Chattanooga's Riverwalk. We're going start to end, about 13 miles from the Chickamauga Dam all the way to the Incline Railway, making stops for delicious eats, drinks, and iconic Chattanooga sights. To do this, we are using two separate cars parking at each end, that way we don't have to ride both ways by bike. For the end, we're parking at the Wheland Foundry trailhead, and we'll both drive over together to the starting point at the Chickamauga Dam. We're using some of the tools provided to make sure our bikes are ready to go before we get started. Soon enough, we're on the trail. And here is the 0 mile marker, the official start. This entire journey will be about 11 to 13 miles, depending on if you decide to take any detours. Today is Labor Day, so it is a little crowded here. As you can see, the trail is mostly flat, and it stays that way throughout pretty much the whole route except for a few small sections. And here we are at mile marker 1. Here we are riding through the official Riverpark area, which has several great playgrounds and picnic areas. And that's the Riverpark boat ramp. Now at mile marker 2. Lots of talent right there. And now at mile marker 3. Even though we are very much in the city, there's still a lot of interesting nature and ecosystems along this trail. Lots of swamps, for example. And there's mile marker 4. Here's a more close-up swamp. My brother crashed his bike into this pavilion when he was like 4 or 5 years old. I still remember it. Now we're getting back closer to the river again. And mile marker 5. This is the Boathouse Rotisserie and Raw Bar, an iconic Chattanooga restaurant. Let's have some lunch here. Now we're now waiting at the Boathouse. Live bait, worms, minnows, and crickets. It's a very popular restaurant and a beautiful Labor Day, so wait time for a table outside was about 30 minutes. I got a tuna poke bowl and Kevin got the grilled salmon. Both were so good. And after that incredible lunch, we get back on the bikes and continue towards downtown. I love that there's plenty of shade along this whole trail. And here's mile marker 6, right across from the UT Chattanooga practice field. We're basically now in the downtown area. This is one of the 2 largest inclines I think we'll come across today. And now we've arrived at the Bluff View Art District. There are some great sculpture gardens and restaurants here. We'll be stopping in at Rembrandts Coffee House for some iced lattes and pastries. They've recently remodeled the outside and it's such a vibe here. We're gonna go back down a little bit to get a good view. And if you look closely, you can see the Boathouse Restaurant from here. We're back on the route now, and we're passing in front of the Hunter Art Museum. Here you can get another great view. Later on, we'll be riding down and zigzagging through those switchbacks. This wood horse here is actually made of bronze.
Good horse.
This bridge used to be glass, but I think it kept breaking, so it's not glass anymore. This is where we'll go for a little bit of a detour. We're riding across the Walnut Street Bridge over to the North Shore side and into Coolidge Park. While we're here, let's check out the Carousel. Lucky for us, it looks like it's free to ride today.
He's a Tennessee bunny.
This is a beautifully restored century-old carousel featuring 52 hand-carved animals and a vintage organ. Yeah, it is really, really old. While we're here, we're going to stop into Chattanooga Souvenirs for a quick look.
Chattanooga. Oh, it feels good. Have we been here before?
I don't think so. Yeah.
I got it for him for Christmas.
Now let's cross the Tennessee River again on the bridge. This was actually the other larger incline that we will encounter today. Apparently, it was a little too much of an incline for Kevin's bike because the gears decided to break.
So just manually.
Then I think luckily we're all done with all of the uphills, so. Okay.
The bike itself still works, but the gear changes on its own or it just falls off. Even though he's a German engineer, it was unfixable at the moment without any tools. So we'll go ahead and get back on the trail. Now we're on those zigzags. It's definitely a little challenging if you aren't used to riding a bike. And here we are right in front of the Tennessee Aquarium. This is mile marker 7.5. I'm not sure if there was a mile marker 7 or not. We might have missed it. And here we're passing by the Southern Belle, which is the Chattanooga Riverboat. Right under this restaurant, which is Scotty's on the River, is the 8-mile marker. Oh, sorry, actually one more incline, but completely unnecessary. We're just making this one little detour to get a snack and a drink. This place always has really good specials, even today on Labor Day.
Gator bites.
These gator bites were interesting and actually so good.
Oh, my butt hurts so bad. Hi.
Now let's get back on the trail. There's not a lot going on over on this side of the trail. It's pretty industrial over here. We're getting really close to the end now, which is good because Kev's bike is not really doing the best. I think we're about 2-ish miles from the end and probably about 1 mile from the truck. You could technically park at the very, very end, which is where the Incline Railway is, but that lot is not free, which is why we parked at the Wheland Foundry parking lot. We'll be dropping off the bikes there and then finishing the last stretch by foot since we're working with a broken bike here. And here's some abandoned factories, which were actually pretty interesting to see. Almost there. Someone's really eager to dump off that bike.
Okay, so now we're gonna just keep walking a little bit further down on the trail, about an 1/8 of a mile to just finish it out. A little too late for that. We'll walk the rest of the way and we're gonna get some ice.
Yep.
Ice? That's German for ice cream.
Be careful.
We're gonna get some Clumpy's ice cream, which is a Chattanooga classic, although I personally prefer Mr. T's, which is right across the street, but they're closed for Labor Day. Seems like a lot of things around here in this St. Elmo area are closed for Labor Day. We're lucky Clumpy's is even open. If you're ever in Chattanooga, you gotta do the Incline. It's the best of all of the major Chattanooga tourist attractions, in my opinion. All right, let's walk back to the car. And now, time to drive back to the dam where the car is parked. It was such a good ride on this perfect day. But we are really glad that we didn't have to ride all the way back on the bikes, especially with that broken one.